two wonderful little children. And the process of it, why join from our side as well, it was my choice in terms of wanting to join this. But the eagerness, I think, as some of the other guys Colin also shared, to make an impact, to do something different. I'm very fortunate and very lucky, and Pat also made mention of that as well, and to try and use something to give it forward and try and help where my skills around, potentially around helping in organizations can be of value, and to do what I can, at least my part, to help contribute to society. So if you look at the school, Kgabo can give you a little bit of an overview of the property.
In terms of the people invited here, the special invitation has been to the SGB.
No, that's not them, that we were talking about the previous one, sorry.
The SGB, the family, and one of the teachers. For the simple reason that the program taught me that I'm a consultant, and I'm consulting those with those. And then, as you may see there, the problem of the main challenge, this is our library.
That's our library, that's the deputy.
No, this is the deputy's office.
That's the library.
This is the library. And then you can see, this would be one of the classes, a great art class. But out of the pictures that you are seeing there, there is something that I learned to appreciate. When the partners were coming to the school, always saying we don't have problems. And for the mere fact that there were educators who would go to work every day to such situations, giving 63 learners in the class, 67 learners in the class. For that simple reason, I said we have got a special school, and we need to be appreciative of that. Because not everybody can go to such a school on a daily basis.
Yeah, I think for me, one of the points is that I remember one of my first trips back from the school the first trip back from the school, driving back through Tembisa, and kind of sitting here and going, the whole game plan, I think, as everyone said, come in, we're going to solve problems, we're going to do, we're going to operate, we're going to make a plan. And coming out of that facility and going, gee, where do we actually start? And can we make any form of an impact that's going to make any form of a difference? Because of the situation where the school is sitting in. And I think, and we spoke about a lot, I think being a teacher is hard, but then going into war with 63 kids in that classroom is a daily battle. And then when you talk about morale, when you talk about motivation of the teachers, it's how do we motivate them and continue to inspire them when they go into, I believe, a reasonable battle, considering there's no electricity in most of the classes as well, on a daily basis. And that's been a big part of what we did, and a big part of kind of our approach in terms of trying to understand when we work together about what we were trying to do. So the school obviously has a mission and a vision, but what we said was, let's try and unpack what is the purpose. So what are we here to try and do? And a lot of it is about preparing primary school children for their future. It's about equipping them with the skills they need. It's about helping them nurture their talents, realize that they actually have talents as well. So part of that was, how do we give them that type of opportunity with them, despite the facilities that we sit inside of. And also from a work ethic perspective, from helping them be more social creatures, social beings, and also the concept of a safe environment and care. I think everyone's alluded to the challenges in the poorer communities of grandparents who reared houses, children reared houses. How do we help them show a space where they're cared for, where the teachers are genuinely interested in them, and where everybody there is applying their best ability to help them progress and help them improve.
One of the focus areas when we started working together was to say, we have got challenges. The question is, do we ask the correct questions that need answers? And then the first question was to say, do the staff at the community at large know what is expected of them? And then the first thing we did was to take the SMT to a training center whereby we focus on saying, do they know what is expected of them? Because immediately they know that, they are going to take the school to the next level.
By bringing back past learners that had been successful, that had gone on to different careers and different education, was actually very valuable in having them at these events, giving out trophies, being part of the school, to try and also get the children to understand and see that there is a real benefit to the education. It's worthwhile paying attention. I think it's even harder at primary school because they just want to play, but by giving them that motivation, we will hopefully allow them to start to see that it's worthwhile to work hard and put in all that effort. So from our side, from the benefits of the program, I think it was a lot. I learned a lot from Kgabo, particularly on sustainable leadership, and the ability. What was important for me was the idea of coming in and solving it, and I can find a way to fix it, and I can clean this and do that. But the concept of sustainability and the ability to lead an organization, but do it in a sustainable way. So when you're doing things, make sure that you can do it consistently. One-off hits are unhelpful. Me doing it once this year doesn't help. And so when we architect the things we do, it has to be able to survive us, and it has to be able to go further than that. And then also for myself as well, the thinking different when you've got a different resource pool available. How do you solve problems differently as well? And patience, I think, has been very important in terms of saying you can't just jump to solve the problem. You've got to incrementally you've got to work with people. You've got to, what I've learned from him is about how getting the community involved, building a groundswell movement in the teachers and the SMT to the SGB to actually get things done, as opposed to just roaring ahead and racing for it. And from a training side as well, the training also was enormously valuable from that perspective.
That's me in terms of the value of commitment from the partner to say, much as he can be all over the world, he's all over the world. But he makes time for the program that he has. That I learned a lot. And then the importance of planning and sticking to plan. You might find that he's in Australia, but the next morning he's asking me about the appointment that we have to see. By the way, we've got an appointment. And I saw him on Facebook that he's not even in the country. And then myself, I learned that I'm sensitive at some stages. I am not that person who's hard. And then I shed some tears at one stage. And then that's something that I did not know about myself. What I'm taking away from this, it takes a community to win and to achieve. Once stakeholders are on board and then one has an oiled machine. The courses the programs that we have attended, most important, the issue of saying you are a consultant as a manager. You have to contract people. At the end of the day, when you solve problems, rather come with questions, you will provide answers. At one stage, we were in a course blaming each other to say the department is doing this, the parents are doing this. The question is, do they know what is expected of them? And once you start asking the right questions, you'll get the right answers.